because David spurred something in me. My son is exec chef at a restaurant, and they had 7 major events from Friday to today, which is overbooked. They have over 1,000 seatings today. And I gotta let you know that last night, one of the owners decided that they're gonna allow Bridezilla to film. So a whole live crew goes in the night before Mother's Day with 700 other things going on. So, you know, it's just life expanding and being rich and full. I guess I don't know. I'll have to talk to Ian later on today. I don't know. See if he survived it. Okay, so all of us. This month we are planting seeds, okay, that will support the harvest of a new humanity. And I'm going to be on the soapbox about a whole new humanity from this point further, because I am really, really rooted and anchored in the belief that each and every one of us here part of a whole new unfolding of the way humans show up in this realm. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today, but we're really going to get into it for the rest of the year and probably the rest of my life until I find something else. So this is a pretty big order here, and there's a reason why we are here at this point, at this time. There is an absolute reason, and I don't mean being in this room today. I mean here on this planet. We are here to be a part of the infinite consciousness, which is the all-knowing mind and life of God, consciousness, pure consciousness. We are here to be the light bearers, to be the way showers, and you wouldn't be here in this room if you didn't really somehow, something in you, that divinity within you, hooked onto that and knows that is the truth. That is the truth. And we are not here by accident, my friend. No, we're not here by accident. We are here because the unformed state of consciousness, the unformed, because that's what God is, unformed consciousness. So getting ready for the infinite possibilities we put into it. But anyway, before we even incarnated, we said, pick me, pick me, pick me. I want to express as a human. I want to put on one of those earth suits and come to earth at this particular time, as we are in the crux of a whole different way of showing up in life. Because the old way, it just doesn't work. We've seen it. So we're here to be part of that shift, that change. And so before we even incarnated, we were there saying, pick me, pick me. And you might not remember that. I don't remember it. And I think that's what we all did, because most of the stuff that we believe is made up anyway. But it's what resonates with us. What we feel is truth. What we feel, because you know, we all want to be part of a divine plan. And that divine plan involves a higher power that we call God, we call spirit, we call whatever we want to call it, but it is a divine intelligence, and all it does is create, creation itself, and that's consciousness itself. And so, however it happened that we are here, however it happened, we are standing at the precipice of something really large. So this is really an exciting time to be alive, I believe. The energies around our planets, as most of you know and have expressed, are speeding up. We can feel the speed. There's like so much to do, and I don't even know what happened to that whole paradigm of, oh yeah, you retire and life slows down. It went in reverse right now. Everything is speeding up. It is speeding up, and there's a reason for that. The energies all around the planet themselves are speeding up. And so we're all, it's only a oneness here. We're united in this one life, this consciousness of the divine. And so now, in this moment, we can choose, because we're always at choice. We can choose to either plant seeds, a seed thought, okay, a seed thought, and play a part in hastening the jump and aiding it into being smoother and grace-filled, or we can plant seeds that prolong the chaos, because there's a lot of chaos that's going on. But remember this, after the chaos comes the brilliance, And that's the truth, because the brilliance is coming. I can feel it, I know it. Don't you get excited? Anyone? It's just me. Well, guess what? I'm part of you, so we're all excited here. And so, you know, I'm a little inspired because I can't even go into it in detail. It's Mother's Day. I got to stick to the script a little bit. But Veronica Parker, Fran Lefkowitz, and I were part of probably about 200 people last week for about 4-day training in matrix energetics. And I tell you, it just reinforces what we are learning here about consciousness, about frequencies, about energy fields, because we are all part of it. And so it really gets me so excited to know that all these different avenues of thought are leading to the one brilliant truth that we are pure consciousness. We are all a part of the oneness of life. So, I'd like to remember an adage from the I Ching that said, before the beginning of brilliance, there must be chaos. That was in the I Ching. Before the beginning of great brilliance, there must be chaos. And you ever go through something that feels so chaotic in your life? Upheaval of all kinds, pain, hurt, confusion. And then, as you let it pass, and as you know that the sun is always shining, even though there might be a tornado whirling around underneath it, there's still that truth, because this is going to pass. And so, we're all a part of that eternal truth, that sun that's always shining. It is truth of who we really and truly are. And so, as we celebrate motherhood on this special day, it is my desire, we keep talking about the divine feminine, but each and every one of us has within us a divine feminine and divine masculine, each and every one of us. And so realizing that the healing energy of the divine feminine right now is needed, and they have different qualities. It's the yin and the yang, and we have it within us. And the qualities in the motherhood part are the nurturing, are the nourishing, are the giving birth to part of us, all of us, each and every one of us. And just to let you know that, as I did last year, we will talk about the male energy on Father's Day, so that we have equal time within ourselves, because, right, there's nothing outside of ourselves. It's not like I'm a female and he's a male. We're both. You know, just our bodies look a little different. But within us, we're both male and female. So the feminine energy is not gender specific then. It is not gender specific. But just so we're clear about something, and I just said that, my title for the Father's Day will be all about the healing energy of the divine masculine. So I want to go into a little bit about the origins of Mother's Day, because I thought it was really interesting. And they're varied, and they go back actually to ancient history. But Mother's Day in the United States stems, at least in part, from the efforts of a woman, one woman, by the name of Julia Ward Howe, the author of the words to the Battle Hymn of the Republic. And she came up with the idea of International Mother's Day in 1872. The thing to point out about it is that her objective behind this day was not exactly to honor mothers, but rather to celebrate peace. It was about celebrating peace. And she was a peace activist coming out of the Civil War. And here, about Mother's Day, Marianne Williamson writes, and it's not the same as Patty's reading, so it's good. Mother's Day started when mothers from the South who lost sons during the Civil War joined mothers from the North who lost sons in the war, trying to inspire the women of the world to stop war altogether. Let's make, she writes, Mother's Day a day when we all make a stand for peace, beginning with where we stand within ourselves right here and right now. So where do we stand within ourselves this morning? Are we standing in peace? for the most part. We have things that go in and out of stuff, and life stuff happens, you know. But for the most part, are we standing in peace? Are we experiencing that divine peace that is the core, the center of our being? Anyway, it's there. We just need to access it, maybe clear away some layers that might be blocking it up, because when we bring out and express this peace, we really influence the collective consciousness of this entire planet, of this species, of humanity. So how can aspects of divine energy support that? Well, first we might ask, what is the divine feminine energy that we're talking about? And thousands upon thousands of pages in all of these New Thought books have been written about what it is, but they've explored the consciousness and various archetypes. But I want to quote our founder, religious science founder, Ernest Holmes, in the glossary in the back of his Science of Mind book, where he describes the divine feminine, because I love it. He said, the divine principle, as the universal soul in people, it is the subconscious intelligence. The universal soul has been called the womb of nature and the Holy Mother, because it is receptive to spirit and is impregnated with divine ideas. It gives birth to the ideas of spirit and is therefore the feminine principle of nature. Isn't that perfect? Any of us have been in classes that have learned the whole creative process know that our thoughts go into the substance that we call the law. It's all part of God, it's all one, and become our conditions. So our emotions and our thoughts create the outer, what we experience in life. And so that middle part then, the substance, we separate it, but it's all one, is the feminine, because it is the receptor. So as we think the thought and it goes into the substance, the divine mother, and becomes the idea. The idea is birthed forth. So anything, that's why there is no way around it. Trust me, I tried many times. There is no way around it. We are responsible for our part in every single experience in our lives. There's no way around it. If we're feeling something about it, we're part of it. So think those peace thoughts. Think those thoughts that uplift and inspire and encourage this whole humanity to be a place of peace, really. So I don't want to fill your head with a lot of information today, but rather I want us to have an experience, which we will have, an experience of this healing energy, this divine feminine healing energy, because it is only as we heal our own wounds can we become birth mothers of a new idea. We birth ideas, do we not? We birth ideas. The whole activity we believe in Science of Mind is to change our thinking, change our life, and really come into this whole idea of we create what we are experiencing. And so a thought begins the whole creative process, a whole new era. So it's good to recognize that divine feminine within. It is good to recognize it. So when someone calls you a mother, it is a good thing. It is a great thing. So just remember that and say, thank you, I am. Here's the paradox about healing. Because there's a little paradox in our teachings, in all of New Thought, which is a lot of different strains of the same truth. But there's a paradox because in absolute truth, the absolute, there is nothing to heal. We are already within ourselves, whole, complete, and perfect. That's the absolute truth. So there's nothing to be healed, only that wholeness, that truth to be revealed. That's in divine truth. But as we have this human experience, it sure feels like sometimes there are things to be healed. Things come up in our lives. That's why we're having this human experience, right? Spiritual beings having a human experience.
Cool.
So as long as we feel any kind of energy, and we learned from this workshop also to notice what you're noticing, which is so cool. Notice what you're noticing. I've been using that on myself as feelings arise, like I'm noticing what I'm noticing. So that is giving me an inclination of something, if it doesn't feel good, if it's uncomfortable. Something needs to be healed there. I don't have to go back and find out what it is, but just something needs some love, some loving kindness. So, I ask you this morning, where in your heart do you feel a need for healing? Perhaps you tell me there is a healing that you desire that you have in your body, physical body, in relationships. Maybe it's your relationship to money or to other humans. And maybe it's finances. And I say yes, all of those things absolutely can be healed because they're outward effects, they're outward manifestations of something that is taking place within. Yet the origin of each of those may well be in your heart, And it's great because for the last year I've been saying in the classes, drop into your heart. Drop down into your heart. Come from your heart, because there's no judgment in the heart. There's no judgment in the heart. It doesn't think thoughts in the heart. It's just filled with beautiful intelligence, loving intelligence. And so what before you could even begin a process last weekend, you had to drop down into your heart. So I'm like, thank you, God. Another confirmation. Everything, every great decision that we make, just take a breath and see yourself in that whole heart area. Because that's where the most magnificent intelligence and best decision-making abilities lie, within you, right there in the heart. So, if there is a need for healing, notice what I'm noticing. Where is the hurt, the anger, the frustration, the upset, the fear, the disease? Where are you not at peace? All of those things are indicators that we are not at peace. Because when you are at peace, there is a divine flow. You feel good, you feel happy, you feel joyful, you feel excited. Could we lay, just for this moment, could we lay whatever it is that we might be holding in our energy fields, could we lay that burden, we'll call it a burden, at the altar of the divine feminine, just for now, to let it be healed this morning. Because healing really is just releasing old energy that doesn't serve us. So if something comes up and we release it, it's beautiful because we've opened up space for more of divinity to move through us. And when the divine moves through us, that's the good of God. And we really want to experience the good of God, I would think. It's a choice. It's a choice. So I want to do that today. I want us to lay our burdens, to see an altar of the divine feminine, whatever it looks like in your mind, and lay whatever is troubling you just at that altar, whatever it is. I'm sure most of us have a memory of a deep and profoundly healing experience of love, of the divine feminine, and it may or may not have come from our birth mothers. Some were able to do that. Some were not able to do that, and that's okay. But I'm sure that if each of us thought through it, we can come up with a memory or a moment, just a moment, when we felt completely embraced with love. With caring, where we felt support and protection, and we just melted into it. Perhaps it did not come from our mothers. Perhaps it came from a friend, a lover, a parent of choice, or maybe another relative, or maybe it came from a complete stranger. For myself, I know that some of my most profound and heart-touching healings, that place of connecting in love and in peace, have come from not necessarily all from my family of origin, but from my dear close friends, from this spiritual community. Did you see how excited I am to see everyone? Because I missed everyone so much last week. I mean, I really did. So like I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling the love right now. So that moment for me is right now. And so it might not come from the family of origin. It might come from a spiritual community, a church, a synagogue, wherever you go, or whatever. And like I said, a total stranger that touches your heart and you just melt into it. It can happen at any time. So if we absolutely do not ever have a memory of ever having that kind of experience, let this be the moment now. We only have now, and it's already gone. So now you have a new now. Be present. Just be present right now. Let this be. Drink in. Drink in. Drink in this moment, which is truly filled with the energy of the divine feminine. And now we bring whatever place it is in your heart that is in need of healing to this feeling, this loving feeling, to this mental experience. Remember, this is a mental experience right now, and simply place it at the altar of love in this experience and watch it dissolve in the fire of the divine feminine. You can close your eyes, we're going in a minute anyway, if you want to. But just feel that. Just for a moment, take a breath. And just close your eyes. And just imagine some kind of altar of whatever it is. And it's this divine feminine energy. And just whatever a burden, a hurt, a worry, a concern, a total fear is, just put it on the fire of this altar and watch it dissolve up into smoke, into the nothingness, into the ethers. Just watch that. This will come back into me. Just gone. Mothers come. Mothers come in all shapes and all sizes. Some are the embodiment of the divine feminine. Others, not so much. Most are somewhere in between. Yeah, I just had one of these thoughts go through my mind. I just relived my entire childhood. Okay, in that 1 second. So glad I'm in radical forgiveness class right now. It has freed me up to experience what love really is. It's beautiful. So I get a lot of my love in these classes. Got it yesterday at the Satori game. Felt the love just filling the room. And I know Carol did too. She had a group in another room in this building. And we just really delved into allowing spirit to free us up, to release some energies that no longer serve. So none of the mothers are perfect. Most of them make many mistakes, but who doesn't? Who doesn't make mistakes? Mistakes, it's just erroneous thinking that we learn from them. Just learn from them. No guilt, no blame. So we each have our own relationship with mothers, whether they are embodied right now or not. It doesn't make a difference. The relationship is still, the memory is with us. It's eternal. It's the collective consciousness too, so our memory keeps going on. So regardless of our relationship with our mothers, there is a priceless gift that she gave to each and every one of us. Beyond words, she was God's vessel that gave birth to us, that allowed us to come into this human realm. Whether you like it or not, you're here. So I would say, make the best of it, make a good life of it. But that is the priceless gift that we were given, that we came through to experience life. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Mommy. From England. I know you can't tell. Remember earlier when I said that our souls cried and begged, pick me, as we entered this world. Well, I also believe that there was another soul standing next to that soul that said, may I be the one to bring him or her in. May I be the one to bring this being in. So today, we can bring the quality of the divine feminine into play around our own mothers as we offer words of gratitude and thanksgiving for giving us life. If nothing else, for giving us life, for allowing us to experience this whole fun game of life. It's about having fun. And last week is about playing. Playing, playing, playing. We're so serious with our lives. We can loosen up a little bit and play. I give everyone permission to play. I do. I give everyone permission if you need it. Some of you don't. You're good players. My son is like that. Okay, so at this point, right now, I would like to open the mic up, it's open mic for Mother's Day, to a few people that might want to share a little something, a memory or a gift or something about their mother. If you feel comfortable, you can either come up here or you can stand. It will not be videoed, by the way. Video's going on.